Guys, if you're watching this, you're already on Carnegie. So the way that Carnegie is gonna work, I'm gonna try and put like videos on every single one of the slides so you guys know what's going on. Okay, I'm gonna put tips and stuff on the side so you guys know what to do. So if you've been doing the work for the past 2 days, you should already kind of understand how to do substitution. Okay, and this is what Carnegie is gonna be doing for you guys. Okay, I'm gonna be working and explaining the first couple of steps. I'm not gonna do the problems for you, but I'm gonna show you how you should start them out. Okay, so we're gonna start with problem number 1 on slide number 2. Right, we're in slide number 2, so I'm gonna put it right here. Slide number 2. I'm gonna put this notes. Guess what? I'm gonna try and put this notes. Oh, I'm gonna put the video on there so you guys can see it. I'm gonna put a little hints of what to do on the sites. So, slide number 2. What kind of problems do we have on number 1 and number 2? Very simple. We're going to be doing substitution. You can read it up there. So, what does that mean? That means that we're going to be substituting something with something else. Okay? Whenever you're doing a system of equations, you have to find an answer for y and an answer for x. That's how it's always going to work. You always going to need to find one of the answers for both of them. So if you look at I can't even speak. If you look at this problem, if you go ahead and look at this problem, you should already know the answer for one of your variables. If you can see, I already know that x is equal to -2. So if I were you, I would put that on number 1 right next where it says x on number 1. I would put a -2 because it's going to be the right answer. Go ahead and do it, and you're going to notice that you're going to get the answer for that one. Okay? Plain and simple. So what's the step? After you figure out one of your variables, you're going to grab the number, and then you're going to plug it into the equation. It can be either, in this case, you can only pick one of the equations, but in some cases, you're going to have to pick one of either or. So in this case, the only equation I can plug the -2 in is going to be the what? I'm giving you guys time just to think. Right here. That's going to be the only equation I can plug in the x in. I can plug x in the other one, but it's going to give me what? -2 is equal to -2. So it doesn't help me. But now, this is what we call solving by substitution. You can see something going on right here already. You notice that on the original equation, we have a y and an x variable, right? So whenever you actually substitute, you're going to notice that you only have, once you plug everything in, you're going to notice that the only variable left is going to be y. So what's the next step? We solve for y. This is stuff that you already should know how to do if you've been working on the last 2 days, right? We already know that we need to find an answer for x, and we already know that we already know that we need an answer for x and an answer for y. We already know the answer for x, so now we're going to use that number, plug it into the equation, the one that has 2 variables, to figure out the other value. How are we going to do that? We're going to be solving for y. And I'm just going to show you guys on this one because I already started, so might as well just work it. What's 2 times -2? It's -4. So we have -4 plus 3y is equal to 8. And if you know how to solve for y, we need to leave the y alone. So I need to move the -4. And the way that I'm going to be able to move it, it's going to be adding by 4 on both sides. What's going to happen to the 4's on this side? They cancel out. And 8 and 4, I can actually add them together. So I'm going to add them together. It's going to be 12. Over here, I'm just going to drop everything else that I didn't use. I did not use the... And I'm also going to put the sign in front of it because I don't want you guys to forget. If there's a negative, you got to bring it to. So I'm going to bring everything else down. So it's the plus 3y. Now, how am I going to be leaving the y alone? Easy. I need to divide by 3 on both sides. What is that going to give me? Once I divide by 3 on both sides, over here cancels out. That's why I cancel out the 3's. And on the other side, we're going to have 4, right? Because 12 divided by 3 is equal to 4. And that's it. That's going to be my answer for number 1. I already gave you guys the answer for number 1. X is -2 and Y is 4. And that's it. That's as hard as it's going to get for the most part. You're going to have to answer other questions in which I'm going to let you guys just struggle on those because I want you guys to start becoming more independent. If you were not doing this by yourself last year and you were relying a lot on the teachers helping you out through the entire class, this year is going to be very different. You're guys going to have to do a lot of stuff by yourself. Now, I'm going to show you how to start number 2, and I'm going to go over how I would do number 3. So number 2, we already know the answer for Y. Answer for Y is Y equals 4. What I want you guys to do, I want you guys to substitute 4 into this equation. -6x plus 2y is equal to 4. And I'm going to even help you guys out. I'm going to do it for you guys. So you're going to have 6x, right? Are we substituting x? No, because we don't know what x is. That's the thing that we're going to have to find. And then we're going to have plus 1/2. I'm going to put parentheses because I'm plugging in the 4. And yes, equals what? Equals 4. Now from here, I'm going to multiply those two, which if you remember, you might need to use the calculator. I don't know if you need to. Don't forget to use the inspires. You can multiply them together, and then you just do, I think should give you the fraction, actually. We're going to multiply together, and you're going to notice that's going to be 4/2 equals 4, -6x over here. And all you have to do is just simplify that fraction, and then you should be able to do your problem. All right, right here, all you have to do is solve for x. And that's going to give you the answer. So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking. Solve for x. And that's it. That's all you have to do. That's number 2. So number 1, I did it for you guys. So that one's free. Number 2, I did most of the work. All you have to do is solve for x. Now, number 2. Sorry. Number 3. This one's going to be a little different. There's 2 ways in which you can do this problem. I'm going to show you the way I would do it and the way that sometimes they try and do this. And you might need, I'm gonna already tell you, it'll be a lot easier depending on the type of problems that you're going to be seeing. I would do it the second way, but you can do it either way. I'm going to show you real quick just so you guys, I'm going to set it up for you guys just so you know what's going on. So first of all, I'm going to rewrite my problem. Okay, then I have x is equal to y plus 1. Okay. For me, this is the way I learned it in school, but I'm going to show you a different way that you can do it. This is for me. This is the way I learned. Every time that you got x is equal or y is equal, use whatever is on this side and plug it in for x or y. You might be asking, what does that mean? Okay, so you're going to notice right here, I have all this stuff, correct? You can see that I have x is equal to something. So guess what I'm going to do? Y plus 1. I'm going to grab the y plus 1 and I'm going to plug it in. Go ahead and plug it in into the other equation. Now, how is that going to look? So I'm going to have the equation, right? I'm going to have 5. I'm going to put parentheses because I'm going to be plugging something in. I'm going to do y plus 1. Okay, 1 plus 1. Oh, sorry. I'm having like a brain bar real quick. Minus y. That was my bad. That's just like I forgot what was I doing for a second. There we go. So that's how I would do it. You know, just simple enough. I understand that x is equal to y plus 1, so I can substitute x with the entire other stuff. It looks complicated, but it really isn't. At this point, I would distribute the 5, which would give me y, or 5y plus 5 minus y equals 17. Now, whenever you're at this point, you're going to have to combine like terms. I know I have this y and this y together. What's 5 minus 1 is 4. So I'm going to end up with 4y plus 5 is equal to 17. At this point, you just have to solve for y. Easy, right? Easy enough. So I'm going to do minus 5 on both sides. Minus 5 on both sides. You're going to notice those two are going to cancel out. 17 minus 5 is 12. I know I'm going kind of fast, but I don't want you guys watching the video the entire day. And because we have a lot of different stuff and you're going to be doing this for 2 days. So I want to give you guys enough time to do all the stuff that you need to do. So finally, I'm going to be dividing both sides by 4. Over here, the 4 cancels out, so I'm going to end up y is equal to 3. And that's it. I found one of my answers. Y is equal to 3. Now, once I know y is equal to 3, I'm going to let you do the other stuff later. Now you need to find x. So I'm going to put x, and we have question mark because that's your responsibility. Now, what you can do now, you can grab that 3, and you can plug it into here. Or you can plug it into here. It's up to you. I would honestly use the bottom equation because it's easier. Just plug it in. I mean, if I do it right now, I can do it on top of my head. I would do that one. Okay, it's your choice to pick whichever you want to use. I would honestly choose the bottom equation. I'm going to let you decide, but that's it. That's how you do number 3. And that's basically the rest of the video. Make sure you go ahead and watch every video for every slide because it's going to help you out a lot. Thank you.